So let me know if this sounds familiar. You wake up in the morning, you check your email, you check social, and there's no leads. It's crickets. But you know that eventually your clients are going to fall off, so you need to do something to bring people in. So what do? We post on social, maybe some memes, maybe some value post in a group, and then we send emails out to our small list. Again, we're getting a decent open rate, but nobody's clicking and nobody's buying for the 10,000th email that we've sent. And then we spend the majority of the rest of our day and up into our evening doing and fulfilling client work. And what happens with that model, and it's what I call the client first model, is eventually you get to a point where you're just jammed. Like you can't even go get new clients. And then so you're at this crossroad and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna build an agency. And that's what I did. I'm like, I'm gonna go build an advertising agency. But the problem with the advertising agency model is that we're selling things that are not scalable. And they're very labor intensive. So when we sell those things, we're building this asset around it. And the second we lose that client, everything comes crumbling down. And we do it over and over and over and over and call it a sustainable business model. I'm here to tell you that, like, yes, you can make money as an agency, but it's not very easy, especially if you're wearing more than one hat. The early years, not the early months, the early years are absolutely brutal. And a good close friend of mine, where a family friend who has been in the agency space a very long time, I told him I was going to build an agency. His first words out of his mouth is, don't do it. He's like, it's the most stressful business model on the planet. And I didn't listen, of course, because I'm like, I know better. I can make it better. There's a fundamental flaw with the model. I'm going to show you a different way of doing that and ultimately making more money, making it more easy on you and yourself, and ultimately getting better results for your clients. And this video is about the client first model versus the offer first model. And the big question to you is, like, if you stop working tomorrow, what happens? Like, which one survives? Will the client work keep going and building for you? Or will the offer one keep going for you? And I'm going to reveal that in this video and show you how to apply this to your business. So let's break it down quickly. The first thing, I just want to get a little bit organized here. Let's go client first. Perfect. And then let's go here. We have offer. Perfect. All right. Let's look at the big differences in these models. The first one is really clear, right? The first one is about what we sell. So let's go back to red here for a second. Skills. We're selling skills here. And in an AI era where the playing field is almost leveled, selling just skills is a hard sell. It's more expensive. It's more time consuming. It's harder for you. I'm not saying like your skills aren't valuable. They are. And you wouldn't be able to do what you do without them. They're great. I love my skills. But when I was personally going out and just selling my skills, I was constantly on this like teeter-totter of business. And I was like, I wish it would stop and just let me off right now. Like that's where I was at. Like, because when you're not going out to the market, trying to get attention and turning that into sales calls, closing deals, and fulfilling, and or hiring people to run and manage that system and that process, it's really, really hard. Now, on the offer first model, and what makes it so powerful is that we're selling outcomes and results. The market does not care if it's you working 18 hours a day, slaving away over their campaigns to get them the results, or if it takes 15 seconds. They just want the outcome and the result. Now, the biggest difference between these two, and which gets me excited, is this revolves around your time. And when you're selling all of your time, it's really hard to enjoy your life. And you've basically just created some version of a job without a boss. And instead of having one boss, you have like 10 bosses, your clients, and your team, and all your everything associated with it. And don't get me wrong, the offer first model has its problems, and I'll talk about some of them, but it is way, way better because not only we're selling time. Let me see what I wrote down here quickly. It is an asset. Here's the thing. You build this, you do this, you spend all your time, you get your clients' results, you can't sell anything. You don't own jack. You are the value in the business. With the offer first approach, you're selling results and outcomes. You have built an asset. Not only have you built an asset, it's sellable. You can get 3 to 5x your total revenue. Very hard to do this when it's connected to us. If we are the most valuable thing in our business, we're going to fail long term. Either we're going to burn out or nobody's going to buy it, which absolutely sucks. So, and I chuckle because, and it's not like I'm some master genius. I just have suffered for 10 plus years figuring this stuff out. So it's not like I'm some cool guy that's got it all figured out, but I just know. So again, you are the product. That's the problem, that you are the product. Yeah, let's just make that a little bit smaller. And when everything's connected to you, it's really painful. Versus the offer is the product. What? How does that work? Good, I'm glad you asked. Let's see if I can make this smaller. There we go. So the offer is the product. This is basically you going out and doing everything and hiring people to do everything and just kind of telling them what to do. This, you're building a system. Think of McDonald's, for example, right? Like McDonald's has a well-oiled machine. If you've ever watched the movie The Founder, one of my favorite movies, he breaks down the Speedy system. And what is the Speedy system? That is an asset that he then sells to a bunch of franchises, and they're able to grow and scale and build McDonald's into a multi-billion-dollar business. It's because they created an asset, and they're able to sell that over and over and over and over again. In copywriting, we sometimes call this like our unique mechanism, our proprietary process, how we go about doing it and getting things, and we compile that we have so pointed at a specific market, and we solve that problem so well that they have no choice but to stop, listen, and look at our results and say, I need that, and then they give us money. And we do that in a way that is scalable for us and for them. And then, so what does scalability look like? I'll just talk about this quickly. The main difference is that you are the bottleneck. All your employees are coming to you. Everything is coming to you and happening through you, which gives you no time and no energy. The offer, like for example, your traffic is going through a media buyer. You're bringing people into your business. I like to use low ticket front end offers. And like we have one right now, and I'll share a case study with you in a second, but we have one right now that's like $1 in, $8 out. The possibilities are endless. That is happening automatically. Like we get up and we have people who have bought and they book calls and they want to work with us. That's happening, right? Versus waking up, going to the marketplace, trying to figure everything out, posting this, doing all this jazz, and then solving all the problems in the world in your business, for your staff, for your employees, and every step of the process. And I've already touched on this, but I got to it right away. But like, you are the bottleneck. Everything runs through you, right? Everything runs through you, which is painful because you are dealing with that. And the difference over here is it runs, let's go through the system. Cool. So that's essentially it. What do I got? Oh, I got to include this one actually. I got one more bullet point for you. Your income stops when you do. Again, because everything runs through you. If you're not closing deals, if you're not managing the team, if you're not bringing in the stuff, if you're, it's very much dependent on you. And again, this makes money whether you show up or not. Whether you show up or not, this process makes money because yes, there is a team. Yes, it requires management. Yes, there's clients. They do require management and they do need to get results. But the difference is that we have a system and process to bring people into our world every single day that are excited to work with us versus going out being the biggest thing. What I love about this is that it's not connected to your skills. Meaning you could go on vacation, your business could still run for a month, 2 months, a year. You know, you got to make sure that you have people hitting KPIs and running and managing your team. Like that goes without saying. But I mean, technically, you could do that in like a couple hours a week versus working 60, 70, 80-hour weeks. And the big problem is that the industry and the gurus have convinced us that we are the problem and we just need to work harder. Not true. The truth is that we need to build a system that works for us. Right? See the big difference? This is on my website, zacharyjradford.com. You can check it out. But this is like a breakdown of this model. The old model, when you stop working, so does the money. Strangers can't find you. Every single sale runs through you. Revenue is tied to your hours. It's built on relationships that can vanish. We've all seen this. And referrals are your main source of good deals. Don't get me wrong. I love referrals. But building a business solely relying on referrals is a nightmare. Where the offer first model runs whether you show up or not, right? Like you're literally waking up with people being like, tell me more. Cold traffic feeds the machine daily. We have a sales team and people in place that close deals. These people still need to be managed, but it's a lot better. You could do that in an hour a day versus figuring it out and scraping by for 12 hours a day doing this exact same thing. And the difference is one is not sellable, like you can't exit it. This one you could definitely sell and make a lot of money. So let me break down a little bit of a case study for you just to show what is possible. So there's 6 full steps in my process or my system, right? In my offer. Align it, validate it, build it, promote it, staff it, and scale it. So Dawn is currently, who's very talented copywriter, by the way, and she has a great offer. You should check her out on LinkedIn. You can just Google her name and you'll be able to find her. What's cool is that before we've even spent a single cent on ads, she's made $39,991 from creating an offer. And we're just in the process. I'll make sure to put this in the show notes so you can read it. But we're just in the process of scaling our traffic. And literally people are buying her stuff, total strangers, and booking calls with her. And we're in the process of closing deals. Like this is happening. We're just getting it out this week. So we're just on this promoted part here. But I mean, this is life-changing money for people, right? Not only that, we have more time and energy because we're not waking up begging for business. We're waking up to people that are already convinced that you have the most elegant solution on the marketplace and they want to give you money. Like it makes the world of difference. So below this video, there's a link to a call that you can book with me. It's $97. And what I want to do is show you exactly what I did for Don. I want to help you identify a starving market. It's already out there, it already exists, and they're dying for solutions. They need you. The problem is that we are going so broad with our marketing and our message and our offer. We're competing with everybody else on the planet. So I want to show you exactly how to cut through that. And I'll be making videos on this as well too. So if you're like, Zach, this is great, I don't want to spend $97, all good. Watch the content. I hope it serves you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.